episode of Road to the Finals here, and we got our second game of the year coming up here. Another home game this time against the Washington Wizards here, and definitely looking for a better result after the drubbing we took from the New York Knicks in our very first game, losing 147-63 in abysmal, 84 point loss. So just looking to play some better defense in this game and shoot the ball a little bit better. Kind of started figuring out shooting towards the end of that game. So if we can at least keep up with the Wizards in this game, we should give ourselves a chance. So let's go ahead and jump into this ball game here. And like I said, I'm the Buccaneers. I'm the Buccaneers in my Madden season. If you guys want to check out our rebuild season with the Buccaneers and the Raiders, but I am the Milwaukee Bucks in this. To get a look at our lineups there. We're just looking to keep these guys in check here and win this ball game here from the Bradley Center. But that's gonna go ahead and do it for me. I'm gonna go ahead and kick it out to the guys out at the Bradley Center, and I'll be back after the game. Guys, enjoy.
At center, standing 6'11", number 31, John Henson. Starting at point guard, at 6'6", number 5, Michael Carter-Williams. 6'4" from Greece, number 34, Giannis Antetokounmpo. The other guard, 6 feet 7 inches, number 22, Chris Middleton. At the power forward position, standing 6'11", number 15, Greg Monroe. The head coach of your home team is Jason Kidd. Once again,
it's NBA basketball on 2K Sports. We're glad you could join us on this exciting Friday night matchup. This is Kevin Harlan alongside Clark Kellogg and Greg Anthony with Doris Burke on our sideline. You can feel the energy here in the BMO Harris Bradley Center. The Bucks looking to please their fans in this Eastern Conference matchup. This their first look at this year's Washington squad. They lost the season series last year, winning 1 and losing 2.
Yeah, and this game kicks off a 4-game season series between the two teams.
Two conference foes, guys, looking to take game 1 tonight. Yeah, very interesting to see who can land the first blow.
And now Washington's starting group. The talented Wall and Beal team up in the backcourt. Nene and Gortat team up in the paint. And it's Dudley in at the 3, the small forward. One thing about Greg Monroe, he is a highly skilled big.
He really is. I love the fact that he can do so much. He can post you up. He can pop out and knock down the 15-footer. He's an outstanding passer. And at his size, those are skills that have served him and his teams well.
And he knocks down the first one.
And getting back to Greg Monroe, guys, he made some subtle strides last season. Best rebounding average of his career, up to 75% on his free throws. And how about this little nugget? Not one three-point attempt last season. That tells you he's starting to mature.
Both good from the line that time.
And you know, with some people, they'll always find something wrong with Monroe's game. He'll never make the all-defensive team. He kind of looks like he's playing at half speed, but he produces, and he does it within the team confines.
Now here's Wall. Looking for Gortat. He gets it there, and he gets it to go. Washington on D. Now Carter Williams. Henson, a screen on Wall. Kicks it down to Middleton. He dishes it to Antetokounmpo. Just 5 on the clock. Here's Carter Williams. And the 3 off target.
Not good shot selection. Long range and a defender all up in your jersey.
And, you know, that's just the kind of defensive work he's known for. I mean, he can take that shot away from you and does it more times than not.
Now here's Wall. Inside. Wide open look. Pulled the shot a little left, but the bounce goes his way. Gortat's got his second bucket tonight.
Perfect screen there. Set him up with a terrific look.
Yeah, I like the fact that the setup was good, the screen was solid, but you also have to look at the fact the defender didn't do his job as well as he could have.
Here's Monroe. Bucks passing it around. Middleton the pass to Henson. Beal pulls it in. For Washington, they've gone 2 of 3 here to start out the game. Drops in the layup for 2. Beal's got his first 2 points.
Yes, strong move to the basket there. Nice power to get that up and in.
Let's find out what Doris Burke has for us.
I spoke briefly with Randy Whitman. We discussed their game plan defensively, and he mentioned that controlling Greg Monroe will be crucial. He said Monroe is a guy who can score inside, rebounds well, and his passing really sets him apart. Their offense runs best when it goes through his hands, so pressuring him and staying vigilant is essential for us. Guys, can they slow him down?
Always great to hear from you, Doris. Outside, Wall. He feeds it to Beal. Gortat with the ball. Really played well against Orlando in his last outing. Again, the Wizards score.
That is some real serious dime dropping there. Exquisite assist.
And here is Carter Williams. They really needed more from him in that loss to New York. Carter Williams sets a screen for Henson. That one off the back iron and out.
And if the shot's not there, you've got to understand that. Move the basketball.
Yeah, exactly. And I'm not quite sure what his mindset or what he was thinking there. I mean, that was just a terrible shot.
Beal and a foul called on the shot. Got him on the way up that time, so he'll shoot 2 right here.
And we've all seen how dominant Bradley Beal can be. The 3rd overall pick in the 2012 draft. He's already had a solid young career, but still plenty of room to grow.
And that one misses. Talking about Bradley Beal's potential, it's not just the shooting, it's also the passing, and you really don't think of him as a passer, but for such a young 2-guard, he's extremely unselfish, averaged over 3 assists a game over the past 2 years.
And the true stars of our game feature versatility. And here's a guy that has also tremendous upside as a rebounder. I mean, how about getting 7 boards almost a game the 1 year he was in college? So he understands the importance of impacting other areas. I mean, last season he had his highest steals average of his career, and everything's upside with this young man. The sky's the limit.
Excellent point. Bucks trail by 5. And it's Middleton penetrating. Stolen by Dudley. Here's Wall. No good. And Milwaukee will come the other way. Here's Antetokounmpo. That's his second shot and his second basket. He's 2 for 2.
And he'll take it right into the teeth of the D without thinking twice about it.
Outside, Wall fires from deep. It's good. He scores. That's his first basket after missing his first 2 attempts. Now 1 for 3.
They've got themselves in front with some outstanding shooting right off the bat.
It's been a complete technical dominant performance out here. They are in a zone.
Now here's Middleton. He's been patient so far. Nothing yet on the scoreboard. Now Monroe kicks to Middleton. Shot clock at 6. Here's Carter Williams. Rejected by Wall. Nene, the screen. Wall dishes to Beal. Kicks it to Gortat. Beal, the pass to Nene. Still looking for his first make after that miss. He's 0 for 2. They need a good offensive possession.
Yeah, they've had a number of empty ones, a long time without a basket.
They got to find something. You're right. Looking at Washington, they took the win in their last.
Just tell you what, he's going to put that one in his scrapbook. Absolutely insane with that dunk.
Well, now they're starting to rub it in, aren't they? Have build up a lead, and here we go, folks. It's showtime.
That was a Kodak moment right there. The more plays they make like that, the more they'll have these guys on the ropes.
So the whistle blows on the shot and 2 free throws for the contact right there.
And Washington put together a good season against the East last year. Ended up with that 46-36 record, with 30 of those wins coming against the rest of the conference.
Wizards 46-36 last season. That was good enough for them to land the number 5 seed, Clark.
Well, it was actually, Kevin, the same finish they had in the conference in 2014, even though they won more games. Washington, though, was only 10-15 against the rest of the Eastern Conference playoff teams.
Porter's checked in for Jared Dudley. So he gets them both.
And I think everyone knew the Bucks would be much improved last season. But to see the jump into the middle of the playoff picture, I think that took everybody by surprise.
Now here's Wall. 5 points in the game. Here's Beal. Bounces high off the rim and drops. Beal's got 5 now.
Excellent ball movement there, guys.
And that's keyed this run. Passing it with purpose. The D hasn't been able to keep up.
For the Bucks and their improvement, usually you see incremental progress. Even after losing key players, Clark, they shot up the standings.
And part of that, Kevin, was just growing as a team, coming together, and also improving the roster. Another part was that they were better than their record showed 2 years ago. Player development is part of the improvement.
Monroe left side. And Henson kicks to Middleton. Pass to Carter Williams. Kicks it down to Middleton. From outside the arc. Whistle blows. Yep, that's going to be a travel. Parker's checked in for Milwaukee. Mayo comes in for Chris Middleton. And then for Washington, Chris Humphries has checked in for Nene. Gary Neal comes in for Bradley Beal. And Sessions subbed in for John Wall. So timeout called here, the first for Washington.
And boy, how good was Chris Middleton last season? I mean, always a deep shooter who could stretch the floor. He hits the weight room in the offseason and became a much stronger defender. Now, he's one of the more promising 3-and-D guys in the league.
The Bucks making a change here. Bayless is checked in. Washington leading now by 8. Here's Sessions. Pass to Humphries. Dishes to Neal. Clock at 6. Steps back and fires. They get the rebound, but they'll get another chance. Gortat dishes to Neal. There's a screen by Gortat. Porter kicks to Sessions. Feeds it to Porter. Pass to Sessions. With a floater. Here's Neal. And a kind roll that time off the rim as that one falls. Neal's got his first bucket of the night. Bucks trail by 10. They need a good offensive possession.
Yeah, they've had a number of empty ones, a long time without a basket.
I got to find something. You're right. Here's Monroe, and it's good on the assist by Parker. 6 points for Greg Monroe. The Wizards have gone 8 of 14 from the field in the first quarter. And Sessions kicks to Gortat. Now the feed to Humphries. Monroe on the double team. Humphries the pass to Neal. And it's wide right. It's off the rim. For Milwaukee, they've gotten just 3 of their first 9 shots to go down in this game. Antetokounmpo kicks to Monroe. There's the killer two-handed slam.
And he just leaves the D in the dust and explodes to the basket.
You're right. Clark, maybe a momentum changer right there, huh?
It could be, Kevin. I mean, a dunk like that can sometimes get an opponent reeling.
Picked by Humphries. Now here's Sessions. Still getting warmed up offensively. No buckets yet in the game for him. And he gets it to go. And the Wizards lead by 8.
Give an assist there, not for the pass, but for the solid screen set on the inside that freed him up and made the layup possible.
Now Bayless. Monroe dishes to Bayless. Gortat with the block. And Greg Monroe again. Monroe's got 10 points.
And really the scoring this quarter has been just off the charts, doing all he can to bring them back.
Here's Sessions. It's good, and he drew contact on the shot, so he will go to the line. A 3-point play chance here. Vasquez, he's checked in for the Bucks. The Wizards have converted 1 of 2 free throws so far today. Free throw good, Sessions. Here is Bayless. Outside Mayo. Lets the 3 fly. Shot is off. Now the Wizards take it the other way. Here's Neal. Now the dish to Gortat. Humphries the pass to Gortat. And the officials whistle a foul on the shot. The bucket's good. He'll go to the line. And a moment here to take a look at the scoring breakdown for the Wizards.
You know, guys, we've really seen them do a lot of damage in the paint so far.
Also, guys, the passing has been terrific in the first half. They'll be happy with all those assists.
And for Marcin Gortat, he was such a good fit for the Wizards last season. Actually, the last 2 seasons.
You know, he runs the floor very well for his size. A terrific finisher, solid in the pick and roll, can make the mid-range. You know, he's been one of the more consistent centers in our league.
Now here's Sessions. Jabari Parker unable to get his last shot to go. Picked by Humphries. Here's Neal. Milwaukee with the rebound.
Rebounding is going to be the focal point for them in this one, fellas. I can feel it.
You know, it always is, and it has been so far, and they've gotten a nice edge on the glass.
Shot by Mayo is no good. Wizards leading by 12. Sessions with it. He kicks it to Humphries. The pass to Neal. Back to Humphries. It's stolen by Vasquez. Parker kicks to Vasquez. 1:07 left to play here in the first. And here's Mayo from beyond the arc. The shot's good. Vasquez making the play.
You know, getting back to Gortat, he signed that 5-year, $60 million contract a couple of years back. Raised some eyebrows at the time because he's not a supreme athlete. But his size, effort, and refined skill set have made him worth it so far.
And talking about Gortat, I like what he can do for you defensively. doesn't really have a vertical, but uses his length and timing to alter shots. And he moves his feet well enough to close out on shooters and also cover the pick and roll. So solid and complete in terms of a frontline player.
Washington calls timeout.
I think he just wants to tinker with the game plan a little bit, and I think that's a wise timeout.
And part of it, too, Greg, was he saw some things going on out there that he didn't care for.
.56 seconds left to play here in the first. Kicks it to Porter. And the rejection by Monroe.
They hold the early advantage on the glass.
Yeah, nothing major, not a huge advantage, but certainly a good sign for them going forward.
And Washington has possession after the basket by Milwaukee. Humphrey sets a pick for Sessions. Out to the right wing. There's Neal with the three. That falls. Great assist by Ramon Sessions. Sessions has got his third assist on the night. Shot clock and game clock separated by less than 6 seconds. Monroe right side. He dishes it to Parker. Here is Bayless. He's covered by Sessions. Here's Parker. Just 5 to shoot. No good there off the double clutch. And Sessions kicks to Neal. Shoots from 12. Can't get it to go. The first quarter concludes in a double-digit lead on the scoreboard. Washington out in front, up by 10. And the second quarter will get underway just after this short break. And a chance to hear from Bradley Beal. He came from a football family in St. Louis, but said his mother introduced him to the game of basketball at a young age.
She definitely put the ball in my hands. She's the one who taught me my form, my follow through, and still to this day, she yells at me if I miss a shot. So she's kind of a perfectionist, and she definitely taught me how to shoot. She can shoot it, and she still to this day thinks she can shoot better than me.
Maybe some other NBA players should be practicing with Bradley Beal's mom, because she has definitely honed something special into him.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, but I'm not sure some of the more delicate NBA egos could handle her trash talking them when she beats them in a game of horse. Bradley's not only got a special J, but he's got a pretty good disposition, too.
Well, not exactly a close game so far, but as the second quarter starts here, plenty of time for a comeback. And let's quickly break down the game we've seen from the Wizards, guys.
I just don't know that you're going to see a better quarter defensively than what we saw in the first.
Really a big part of why they're on top here. The defense has been on point.
So this is how the floor looks for the Wizards starting the second. We've got Jared Dudley. Gary Neal is out there with Wall. Then there's Nene. And it's Humphreys in at the 4 spot. Last season at both sides of the coin for the Wizards started out very hot, but then just could not keep it going.
Well, you know, the start was extremely hot. 19-6, which tied a franchise best, that record. After that, though, they played close to 500 ball the rest of the time.
Giannis Antetokounmpo's checked in for O.J. Mayo. And he can't get the second one to drop either. Coming up empty that time.
And the Wizards really struggled post-All-Star break, playing under 500. Still, though, they seem to pull things together at the very end and on into the postseason.
Major League big boy throwdown right there.
And he keeps a tight grip on that rim after the finish.
Yeah, and maybe that'll give them a little bit of that swagger that they seem to have lost.
Here is Dudley after the basket by Milwaukee. Outside, Wall. Soft touch off the glass. Wall's got 7.
Well, there's no denying it. The Wizards had some bumps, and you mentioned that. Some weeks they look like a lottery team. Then the next, they look like a title contender. They knew how to make the most of their games when they did get hot, though.
Here's Henson. Following the basket by John Wall. Carter Williams rejected by Wall. And they'll keep possession. Middleton dishes to Henson. The shot by Carter Williams. Nobody around. Again, Carter Williams missing. And Wall kicks to Dudley. Back to Wall. We're about a minute and a half into the second quarter now. Nene, the pass to Humphries. Banked in off the glass. And it's a 12-point Wizards lead.
And guys, they continue to put a lot of pressure on the interior defenders with the way they work down low.
It's becoming a theme in this game, Clark. They are piling up the points in the paint.
Stolen by Nene. To the paint, here's Neal, and that comes off the assist by John Wall. Wall's got his 4th assist with that last one here tonight. For Milwaukee, they've gone 1 of 3 to start out the second quarter. And here is Carter Williams. He hasn't yet put up any points in this one. He feeds it to Parker. Down low, outside for Carter Williams. Bucks passing it around. 3 on the clock. Here's Antetokounmpo. Milwaukee, no good that time either.
You could tell he assumed he'd be able to beat the defensive coverage even though it was all over him.
And Henson sends it back. Antetokounmpo dishes to Carter Williams. And yes, sir, that one drops.
He always knows where his teammate's going to be, and Kevin, that will let him put the ball where he wants it, right waiting for him.
Now here's Nene. Can't connect from 13 feet out.
You almost have to assume he's going to knock those down when he is that open.
It's tipped. About 3 minutes played so far in this second quarter. And Wall kicks to Nene. And there's the whistle. Fouled hard on the shot. He'll go to the line.
Well, I tell you what, Nene is a man among boys down low. Remarkable physical power. And he's also got a tough mentality about him. Just a real rugged individual.
And getting back to Nene, an obvious inside player with great impact. He looks and plays like a man possessed. Yet through last season, Greg, he's never averaged as much as 8 rebounds a game.
And, you know, his true value is measured in intangibles at times, not just on the stat sheet. He does all the dirty work so others can shine.
The Wizards making a switch here. Beal's checked in, so he picks up just 1 from the line that time. And Nene, a guy with an incredibly strong start to his career in Denver, the first Brazilian to ever be selected in the first round. Voted, as you may recall, to the NBA All-Rookie team.
Yeah, and came into the league just a tremendously raw talent, really developed faster than a lot of people expected, but what has been the case for him is the injury bug. I mean, the knee, the foot, shoulder, Achilles, you name it, he's had it, and it's hindered his career somewhat.
And cancer. He's beaten cancer.
That's a very good point.
Yeah, you know, going back to Nene, in 14 years, he's been able to suit up for roughly 65% of the games. That's tough on the team's continuity on both ends of the floor. Injuries have been a part of that, though, and oftentimes those are beyond the player's control.
Middleton hits them both.
And you know, guys, the thing... with Nene, he helps you in so many ways when he's in there. He's hard to back down in the post. He eats up space, tough to get around on picks. He has the toughness that champions are made of.
Here's Temple. Nene with the screen on Antetokounmpo. It's rebounded by Carter Williams.
That's what we call good defense in the paint, worth its weight in gold.
It absolutely is, and maybe even more than that. I mean, you saw it right there. Without his presence, that's an easy basket.
For the Washington Wizards, they won their last contest, that game against Orlando. Humphries with a screen on Parker. Outside for Beal. Hands it from downtown. Beal's got 8 points.
You know, maybe he's not one of the elite sharpshooters, but even still, that's not a shot the D can afford to give him. Yeah, saw some things that just weren't working for them and wants to make some adjustments.
Yeah, and no reason to wait around to do that, Greg. I mean, you might as well make those adjustments right away.
And Milwaukee calls their first time out of the game.
And Jason Kidd has seen a lot of things in his first few years of coaching. Already changed teams once and had some personnel issues, but you cannot deny that he knows how to get the most out of his teams.
Bucks trail by 12. And with Kidd, the results on the floor, Greg, speak for themselves. He knows what he wants out of his players, Clark, and he keeps them accountable.
And, you know, having that accountability is what made the Bucks so much better last season. Kidd is still a very young head coach, but I tell you what, he's shown me a bright future in that capacity for himself.
Assists like that have typified their effort today. Terrific ball movement.
Really a prime example of the difference in how these teams have operated offensively. Much more individual play at the other end.
Here's Carter Williams after the made shot from Bradley Beal. And he was fouled on the way up. 2 free throws now for him.
That's his first personal foul.
For Milwaukee, they have gone 6 of 8 from the free throw line tonight.
And their free throw percentage as a unit last year, 76%, right around the middle of the road.
That's good from Henson. That one is no good.
And over the course of last season, and really the last decade, we have seen three-point shooting on the rise. Teams have been making the most of the efficiency of that shot, and it's a big part of successful offenses in the modern NBA.
He got a great read of where that miss was going, and that allowed him to be the first guy to it and get the putback.
Carter Williams kicks to Middleton. And he overshot that one, missing. And with the three-pointers, the best teams in the NBA are great, Adam Clark. All 4 of the conference finals teams from last year were tops in the NBA in 3.
Yeah, it's definitely a predominant stat in the NBA now. And you look at some of the numbers. Curry broke his own record for made threes in the season. The Rockets set the team record. It's a real part of the game that you have to be good at to succeed in the league.
No question, he got bumped on that shot.
Yeah, the officials didn't need to talk that one over. It was obvious.
The Bucks have shot 70% from the free throw line tonight, 7 for 10.
2 shots.
First free throw is good. He hits one, then misses the second attempt from the free throw line. And here's the fast break. Beal leading the way. Temple can't get it to go.
Boy, I tell you what, guys, he's an extremely strong finisher. I'm surprised he wasn't able to power that through the defense.
And John Henson with the slam.
Now that's finishing your work right there.
Powerful two-hand jam, you're right.
And I tell you what, if he's got a few more of those in him, this lead will start shrinking even further.
Washington with the ball. Following the bucket by the Bucks. Humphries with a screen on Middleton. Here's Temple. Antetokounmpo defending. And Temple kicks to Wall. Wall with another miss.
Oh, boy, I tell you what, they don't get much uglier than the quarter he's having.
Yeah, and it's not showing any signs, Greg, of turning around here soon. I mean, his touch is basically gone AWOL.
Here's Temple, defended by Henson. Pass to Beal. So the whistle blows on the shot and 2 free throws for the contact right there. And the thing about Bradley Beal, when he suits up, the entire lineup becomes exponentially more potent. A quick, powerful athlete, Greg, high basketball IQ, had the great teaching at Florida, carries it to the NBA. Opponents have to account for him, I think, on both ends of the floor.
And that's a great point, Kevin. I mean, coming out of college, a lot of people compared him to Ray Allen. I mean, he possesses that next level smoothness and body control that's often indicative of a true difference maker.
Looking at who's out there now for the Bucks. Monroe's checked in for Henson. And it's Vasquez in for Chris Middleton. And a switcher also for Washington. Gortat's checked in for Chris Humphries.
And, going back to Bradley Beal, the bottom line is he's a winner. Last year, the Wizards went 8-9 with Beal out of the lineup. Hard to argue with those facts and numbers.
Here's Vasquez. The three-pointer off the mark.
Boy, he's got a nice-looking stroke. That almost went in.
Yeah, and a lot of times he'll still knock those down no matter how good the D is.
And Wall. Here we go now. The stupendous finish in traffic. Wall's got 9.
And when you talk about Bradley Beal, it's not just having him in the lineup that matters. It's having him at his best. When he's at 100% health, there are very few guards in the league who can keep up with him. Truly one of the game's great young talents.
Now a timeout called by Milwaukee.
And for the last 3 seasons, what a talented young backcourt John Wall and Bradley Beal have become. Wall drafted 1st overall, Beal 3rd in different drafts. A little lottery luck, if you will, and great scouting of these two.
And the Bucks with some changes. Mayo comes in for Antetokounmpo, and Jared Bayless subbed in for Carter Williams. Otto Porter Jr., he's checked in for the Wizards. Bucks trail by 18. Well, Clark getting back to Wall and Beal, they really complemented each other perfectly over the last 3 seasons.
Yeah, you look at some of the great backcourts of any age over that time, and Wall and Beal right there with them. And it's good to be so young and talented, that's for sure.
The Wizards have gone 8 of 16 from the field in the second quarter, a nice efficient 50%. Here's Temple, guarded by Mayo. And that one's good by Gortat.
And that bucket adds to what has been a big difference in points in the paint between the 2 teams.
Yeah, it's really been quite a contrast. I like the way they're attacking the middle at their offensive end.
Here's Vasquez after marching Gortat's bucket. At the top of the key, Vasquez. No good on the triple.
Well defended that time. He's a shooter that the defense has to close down on quickly when he's ready to pull that trigger. You've got to be in his face and not give him any space.
And you can see, Clark, that he has garnered the attention of the defense here. They are not going to allow him to get those kinds of looks.
And the Bucks with possession here, following the basket by Nene. Over to the wing. Lets it fly from 18. There it is, his second make of the game. He's missed 5.
Well, we've seen that movie a few times, haven't we? An easy bucket in the paint.
Well, listless and lifeless at the defensive end. I mean, especially inside. They've really got to pick up that interior defense.
In transition, here come the Wizards. Temple the pass to Beal. From 16 feet away, he cans it. Beal's got 14 points.
And now he's taken a solid opening in the quarter and built on it here in the second.
Now here's Vasquez. He's covered by Beal. Vasquez dishes to Monroe. And he can't stop the run as he misses.
Well, the effort was there, but he just couldn't quite fight his way through traffic.
Passes to Nene. Dishes it to Beal. This one for 3. Milwaukee with the rebound.
I'm shocked that didn't turn into 3 points. I mean, he makes you pay on those nearly every time. Not fazed at all by having a bigger defender on him down low, and I really thought he would be.
You know, at first glance, you wouldn't think that he'd be comfortable in that particular situation. But, boy, I tell you what, he didn't look like he was out of his element at all right there.
And they're going to count the bucket and send him to the line. It could be a three-point play.
And he's starting to show that killer instinct this quarter, looking to extend the lead.
And the Wizards making a change here. Sessions is checked in. For Washington, they have scored 6 points from their 8 attempts at the line so far. Milwaukee's gone 0-3 from beyond the arc to start the second quarter. Parker, a screen on Sessions. Down low. And Parker with the basket on the assist by Bayless. 6 points for Parker.
And a sharp pass to set up that high percentage shot in close.
Looking at the last game for Milwaukee, it was a loss to New York. Porter kicks to Nene. That shot goes in. He now has 3 field goals and 6 misses today.
I really like the fact that he's getting the touches he needs here after not scoring a single point in that first quarter.
Parker, a screen on Beal. Vasquez passes to Parker. To the inside. Here's Monroe.
Yeah, clearly he had an established position there.
Yeah, and I like this call because you want the refs in that situation. If there's any doubt, err on the side of giving the benefit of the doubt to the offensive player. That should have been a block, and it was.
And that one falls for Greg Monroe.
Well, some really terrific numbers for Monroe. He's got 11 points and some of his offense coming at the foul line with 5 points there.
Clark, 5 pretty big points indeed.
Looking at who's out there now for the Wizards. Jared Dudley's checked in for Nene, and Gary Neal subbed in for Beal. And so Monroe nails both of them. Here's Sessions. 1:29 left in the first half. That's good.
That was a nice finish to an excellent possession.
For Milwaukee, they've gone 7 of 15 from the field here in the second quarter, just under 50% shooting. Screen by Monroe. Got a piece of it. Here's Bayless. No good with the triple.
Outstanding perimeter defense there. That was a well-contested shot.
Yeah, and you know he takes a lot of pride in his defense. There are no easy threes if he's on you.
Timely passing leads to assists, and that's been the recipe for success.
Everybody on the same page, completely in sync. Tremendous communication and awareness.
Now here's Vasquez. And now here comes Neal leading the break. That falls. Great assist by Ramon Sessions. Neal's got 4 points in the quarter.
3 consecutive baskets have come right at the rim. The defense had better start buckling down and tightening up.
Guys, they are getting exposed in terms of their low post defense.
With the success they've had rebounding the basketball, they're right where you'd expect them to be, firmly in control of this game.
And no doubt about it, rebounding is an effort stat, folks. They've been more determined than their opponent thus far.
They set the pick. And Sessions kicks to Dudley. And another shot. The shot misses.
No breathing room at all to take that shot.
Here's Vasquez. The lead pass was put in just the right spot.
I love the ball movement there. He put that on a silver platter. Just served him up.
A dominating first half of basketball, and so far hasn't been close. Wizards out front, just dominating this one. And a chance now to send you over to Doris Burke, standing by on the sideline. Doris?
Well, a good first half, Bradley, for the team and you specifically. You've got a football player like Bill that just seems made for playing aggressively. And we know you come from a family that loves football. Do you bring that approach out onto the basketball court?
Oh, you have to. This is a physical game. You see the refs they call a lot of hard fouls, but sometimes they don't call them. So, I mean, you can't complain about it. You just have to just keep attacking. And these guys are big. I mean, this is the NBA, so you have to be physical and not complain and try to go strong every time you go to the basket.
Bradley, thank you for the time. Guys, over to you.
All right, Doris, thank you. And we'll be back after halftime for the start of the third quarter.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hi again, everybody. Ernie Johnson here, joined by Shaq and Kenny the Jet. Welcome to the halftime show on 2K Sports. After the first 2 quarters of play, it's Washington in control. They are completely in control of the game, leading by a massive amount. And we'll go to Kenny first. What'd you see out there?
Well, it has been an electric performance. These guys were firing on all cylinders. They came out aggressive, going after those rebounds, and they were piling it up. I think they wanted to send a message with their physicality, and they're going to be nearly impossible to stop if they're playing that way.
And now, Shaq, let's get your opinion on Milwaukee.
Well, you live by the 3 and you die by the 3. And today, they're dying. And as cold as they've been behind the arc, they keep firing from deep. What are you doing? I know they got a lot of ground to make up, but they can't continue with this game plan. Not working.
And that'll do it for now as we send you back to Kevin Harlan for the start of the second half.
Well, we're getting back to the action now. It's been a one-team show so far. We'll see if that changes here in the third.
What a performance from Bill here. He has 17 points, and 4 of his points have come at the foul line. He's made the most of those opportunities.
And you can't undervalue the importance of that. Many times a game comes down to which team wins the free throw battle.
All fueled up and ready to go. Let's reset the lineups courtesy of Gatorade for the second half of basketball. And Milwaukee, looking at who they've got, filling out the wings, it's Middleton and Antetokounmpo. Greg Monroe is out there with John Henson, and it's Carter Williams in at the 1 spot.
And when it comes to Michael Carter-Williams, guys, I feel like people either love him or they don't buy him at all. I mean, he has the size, he's a good athlete, he plays hard, but he's also had some injuries, and he's been very inconsistent at times.
Here's Carter Williams after Marcin Gortat's bucket. Henson, a screen on Wall. Carter Williams with it. He's picked up by Wall. Henson's shot is off.
Physically, there's no doubt they've been the stronger team. That plus 10 rebound advantage tells you all you need to know.
Yeah, not to mention what it says on the scoreboard. They're really pushing them around. Straight bully ball.
Now, here's Antetokounmpo following the miss by John Wall. Over in the corner, Antetokounmpo. Out of bounds, Washington takes possession.
Washington ball. Bucks call timeout.
Now a timeout called by Milwaukee.
Well, you got to put a body on your man when the shot goes up. That's just fundamental basketball. They're giving up way too many offensive rebounds.
And here in the second half of play, we're just over a minute in. And Wall kicks to Gortat. And good, coming off the assist by Wall. 17 points for Marcin Gortat.
He shot the ball exceptionally well as they've built this lead for themselves here.
Henson sets a screen for Carter Williams. To the inside. And so he draws the foul on the shot. A trip to the line to shoot 2. Mark, when you take a look at John Henson, you see one thing, length.
Yeah, a lot of it, too. I mean, he measures 6'9" with a 7'5" wingspan at the 2012 NBA Combine. His standing reach is actually 3.5 inches greater than that of Anthony Davis. Wow.
Wow is right.
And talking about Henson, obviously the great length helps him as a shot blocker. The young center is also very quick off his feet. He's averaged around 2.5 blocks a game over the past 2 seasons. He's also been contributing some as a rebounder, though really needs to add some weight to kind of take it to that next step.
And that one goes in. 2 from the line that time.
Getting back to Henson, last year was an odd one for him. I mean, he was starting. Then in February, he was benched in favor of Zaza Pachulia. That might be a hint to Henson that he needs to put a little more work into his game to maintain a place in the rotation. Great pass. John Wall is really good at finding the open man.
Stolen by Nene. Oh, and a fast break for the Wizards. Dudley's shot is good. Dudley's got his second basket of the game.
Well, that fast break went according to plan.
Yeah, nice job there, Greg. Recognizing the opportunity was there to push it, and then excellent execution.
Now here's Carter Williams. Pass to Henson. And he banks in the layup. Henson's got 8 points. Wizards have gone 4 of 6 from the field since the start of the third. And Wall kicks to Nene. The Wizards working the ball around now. Dudley with a screen for Wall. Feeds to Beal. Lets it go from deep. And that comes off the assist by John Wall. Wall's got his 7th assist of the game with that last one. Carter Williams dishes to Monroe. Puts up the baby hook. Henson the pass to Carter Williams. Can't get the bucket from 20 feet out.
That's 1 for their first 4 to start the second half.
Beal's shot is good.
Every time they get scored on during this run, it's come from inside the paint.
Yeah, they have really owned the interior. You've got to collapse that defense and force them to beat you over the top.
The feed to Middleton. There's the dish to Monroe. And he makes no mistake on the slam dunk.
Kevin, he's been a bright spot in what's otherwise been a little bit of a struggle for this team.
Third quarter of basketball here, and just a little under 3.5 minutes gone by. And that one's good by Gortat.
If it ain't broke, don't fix it. They keep getting in the paint and keep scoring points. Keep it going.
Not a lot you can do as a defense when they keep getting the ball in the paint like this.
Now here's Middleton. Back to Carter Williams. He kicks it to Henson. Knocks it loose. Wall with the steal. Here's Dudley. And a foul on the shot. He'll go to the stripe for 2. That one on Monroe. And for Jared Dudley, a bit of a resurgence last season. Found a team you like playing for, played much closer to his career numbers than the year before with the Clippers.
Yeah, and that's a great point. I mean, he turned back the clock in almost every category, and I think to your point, a lot of it has to do with the fit. He's on a team in a role that suits his talent, and I think you're going to see him continue to be consistent.
The free throw drops for Dudley.
And, you know, going back to Jared Dudley, he helps you in so many different ways. Shoots a lot of threes, yet does so efficiently. He rebounds, he passes the ball. He'll get a little physical, too. He's a valuable vet to have in your locker room.
Jabari Parker's checked in for Milwaukee. Mayo comes in for Chris Middleton. Both free throws good from Dudley.
And you know what Jared Dudley's nickname was in college? The junkyard dog. I mean, for his toughness and that nose he has for the ball. 2 attributes that have served him greatly here at the next level.
Boy, that was right in his grill.
He dealt with pressure like it was nothing at all.
Yeah, and once he hit that launching pad there, the momentum that he had built up just made it unstoppable. And we're seeing the shots start to fall for them now.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, this has been an extremely efficient second half for them up to this point.
Now, here's Antetokounmpo, the dunk and the foul, a powerhouse move, and he's got a chance for one more at the line. It's on Nene.
A rim rocker.
Looked for a second like he might rip the cylinder loose.
I tell you what, that is some grown man strength on that attack.
What do you guys think so far about the offensive approach for Washington?
I thought we might see the defense adjust at halftime to slow the break, but that has not been the case.
They've worked hard tonight at crashing the boards as well. They've had a bunch of second chance points.
And still, I don't know that anyone can define what Giannis's position is. It's kind of still up in the air. I mean, he's played mostly on the wing a season ago, and thus far, maybe that could end up being the best fit.
Clock at 6. The 3 from Dudley. Antetokounmpo pulls it in. The Bucks have gone 4 of 7 to get things started here in the second half. Mayo with it. He's picked up by Wall. Here's Parker to the middle. And Craig Monroe with the slam.
Great job to hit his teammate on that move, Kevin.
Washington's gone 2 of 3 when they ventured outside the arc in the third quarter. Prior to last season, Giannis was experimenting with the point guard position for stretches during the summer league.
Well, you know, Kevin, he's just the type of guy whose size and length really allow him to guard every position.
True. And just a step ahead of the D in that possession there, making the pass. Nice assist.
Now here's Dudley. He's got 9. Wall's shot is off.
Even though he isn't having the best of games from the floor, it hasn't seemed to hurt him.
And here's the fast break. Beal leading the way. And that is good. Dudley's got 9 points in the quarter. Bucks have gone 6 of 9 from the floor here in the second half. They've got to be happy with that. Mayo kicks to Carter Williams. And it's Parker at the elbow. Outside for Carter Williams. The pass to Antetokounmpo. And he goes strong with the one-handed jam.
The one-hand slam is so sweet when it's his hand doing the slam.
Oh, yeah, he is so smooth, even on a power finish like that.
And really, that's what makes him unique, that combination of power and polish.
Bradley Beal. That's his first personal foul. Shooting for Milwaukee, Michael Carter Williams. Taking 2 shots.
And he makes the first.
They're locked in from the charity stripe this half. Not a miss yet.
And trying to cut into this lead, they need every edge they can get.
Gary Neal's checked in for the Wizards. Carter Williams hits them both. Washington's gone 5 of 9 when they put up the 3-point shot tonight. Outside, Wall. On the mark with the 15-footer. Wall's got 11 points.
And he could be the guy to put this game out of reach.
Outside, Mayo. Carter Williams kicks to Monroe. Outside, Antetokounmpo. Can't get it to go. And it's Washington the other way.
+8 in the rebound differential. One more reason why they're in control.
Yeah, double-digit advantage on the scoreboard. They've taken the initiative. They've played, I think, with more purpose so far.
For Milwaukee, they've gone 7 of 11, a lucky field goal percentage here in the third. Parker dishes to Antetokounmpo. The rebound by Humphries. Humphries has got his 4th rebound in this one. Neal passes to Humphries. That's good. Humphries has got 6 points.
They're perfectly content to keep going to that mid-range jumper. If the defense is going to give it to them, they'll take it all day.
And it's about getting open looks, and they've used that shot with great effect here tonight.
From 18 feet away, rebounded by Dudley. Dudley's got his 3rd rebound on the night. Wall up top. Elbow shot is on the way. So he gets the whistle. Contact on the way up, and 2 shots coming up. It's going to be on Michael Carter Williams.
And for Chris Humphries, last year was a chance to sign with a playoff contender. The Wizards turned out to be even more than that, with the 4th best record in the East. And Humphries helped them to get there, averaging about 6.5 boards per game.
All right, now, take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
He misses the free throw. We're getting back to Humphries. He was rolling pretty good last season, but a late-season groin injury, Clark, cost him the final 16 games.
Yeah, terribly disappointing for Chris because he had become an important part of that front court rotation. He was up to almost 20 minutes a game before he went down.
Looking at who's out there now for the Bucks. Vasquez comes in for Antetokounmpo, and Jared Bayless subbed in for Michael Carter Williams. And the second free throw, good. The Bucks shooting at 44%, pretty reasonable. And Bayless kicks to Parker. There's a screen. No one near Mayo as he lets it go. And that comes off the assist by Jared Bayless.
You know, the defense has got to do a much better job of fighting over those screens.
And Greg, especially when the ball is in his hands. I mean, come on now. You know he doesn't miss too many open looks like that.
Kicks to Humphries. Here's Porter. Hits some rim on the way in, and the bucket's good.
The entire defense was frozen-footed. Nobody picked up the shooter, Kevin.
Clark, they've been looking out of sync offensively.
You know what? A basket here would do a lot for their confidence.
Vasquez dishes to Parker. And Bayless kicks to Vasquez. Misses the three.
Well, they've been better than good on the glass today. There's a glaring discrepancy between these teams in that area of the game.
And it's been the difference. That's what's enabled them to build such a big lead, no doubt about it.
Shot by Mayo is no good.
It just hasn't been a very good day for him, guys. They need him to start burying some of those.
Neal. Foul call that time on the way up. That'll give him 2 chances at the free throw line here.
You look at what Neal has done so far. 9 points, and from long range, he's hit 1 3-pointer.
And when it's all said and done, I got a sneaky suspicion he's going to have a few more.
Okay, gentlemen, 2 shots. 2 shots.
That's good from Neal. Gortat's checked in for Jared Dudley. And that's good as he hits both of his shots. Bucks have gone 8 of 16 in the third quarter to put their second half shooting percentage right at 50%. Now Vasquez, and it's going to be a 3-second call.
Yeah, foolish play. He's got to be thinking out there.
Which he clearly wasn't on that play. Or maybe he was thinking just about something other than basketball.
Well, speaking of thinking, back home, guys, we call that a good old-fashioned brain freeze.
Here's Gortat through the net again. He's done that 10 times tonight, and he's only needed 11 shots to get there. Bucks shooting it well here in the third, about 50%. Here's Vasquez. He dishes it to Monroe. In the corner, Mayo with it. Now Bayless. 4 on the shot clock. A look for Mayo. And off the front iron, and in it goes. Mayo's got 7 points. Washington's gone 2 of 5 with the 3-point shot since coming out of the break. Sessions passes to Neal. Lets it go with a 3. And the shot is good. 14 points for him.
It has been a 3-point barrage for them since halftime.
Not sure if it's been by design or simply by accident, but either way, it has been impressive.
Now here's Monroe. He's got 20.
Elevates and powers in the one-hand.
Textbook.
Yeah, and I'm glad, guys, he doesn't go overboard on that one and get a little too fancy.
Here is Porter. Here's Neal. 14 points for him. Down to 5 on the shot clock. No good off the back of the rim. The Bucks shooting in this game 45%. Bayless dishes to Monroe. Nice ball movement by Milwaukee. Here's the 3. Rebound, Washington. Humphries has got 6 rebounds here tonight. We've got a 9-second difference between the shot clock and the game clock. Sessions with it. 5 points in the game. Neal's shot is off.
Not really his best quarter as far as scoring. Let's see if he can eventually get back on track.
And now here comes Neal leading the break. The shot's good. Sessions making him pay.
Assist from
Sessions has got 6 assists now in the game. 5 seconds left in the third. That's tipped. It's stolen by Sessions. No good. And at the end of the third quarter, a huge lead in this one may already have been decided. Washington out in front as they end the third quarter with a massive 16-6 run. And we're just moments away from the start of the fourth quarter. Stay with us. And we welcome you back as we get going here in the fourth quarter. The final quarter of play can change everything. Washington's gone past the three-point line for 13 of their shots. They're 6 of 13. Fourth quarter on the court for the Wizards. Otto Porter Jr. out there with Gooden. Then there's Blair. Then it's Garrett Temple. And it's Sessions in at the point. Now here's Sessions. 5 to shoot. He feeds it to Gooden. That's good. Gooden's got the first field goal of the fourth quarter here for the Wizards.
Sessions doing a nice job that time.
On offense, here are the Bucks. Now Bayless. There's the screen. Inside. And that one's good. Inglis.
Boy, that was a rugged screen set there, fellas, and the defense didn't even try to go through that one.
And here's Sessions for 3. And that one's good.
Three-pointers are killing them at this point, and they haven't been able to respond at the other end.
Yeah, and Greg, you know the only way that's going to turn around defensively is by stopping the outside shot, not getting into a shootout. They're not going to out-shoot out this team.
And he placed that pass out in front of him and let him just run into it in rhythm.
Pass to Porter. Dishes it to Sessions. To the left wing. Another one falls for Washington.
Heads up play there, guys, on the assist and the finish.
And we've made our way through just over a minute and a half in this fourth quarter. Here is Bayless. Passes it to Copeland. Up off the screen. Pops loose off the pick and hammers it home.
And ran his man straight into the screen and got a clear path to the bucket.
That is how it is done.
Excellent team play there on the pick, and then he rips it down.
And Sessions kicks to Temple. Blair, the screen, to the inside. Porter, terrific design on the pick play, and he lays it in.
And the interior D is really starting to be exposed here. How many layups have they gotten today?
Here is Bayless, who's covered by Sessions. Copeland the pass to Plumlee.
And one priority for the commissioner this year was how the schedule worked. There were complaints about too many back-to-back games, and it was something everybody wanted to improve upon.
Shooting for Milwaukee, Miles Plumlee. At the line for 2.
He misses the free throw. Oubre is checked in for Washington. And he can't make the second free throw either, missing both. We're in the fourth quarter here, just under 2.5 minutes gone. And Temple kicks to Gooden from deep. Milwaukee with the rebound. Greg, as you said, the NBA schedule was something that needed change. Players were getting worn out with all the back-to-back games, Clark. It's you've been through it and you know firsthand.
And it's not just the back-to-back games, Kevin. It's the 4 games in 5 nights or the 7 in 10 days. The league office knows the NBA is at their best when teams are rested. And kudos to the league for doing something about it.
And so it's Milwaukee now. Kelly Oubre unable to get his last shot to go. Hangs. It's deflected. Here's Temple. Pass to Sessions. There's the screen to the left side wing. Plumlee with the steal. One-on-one here. Here's Bayless. Great pass to set up the lay-in.
The plan of attack is obvious. Get the ball inside and go strong to the rim.
And, Greg, you know, the defense has been very slow to adapt. I mean, that's 10 straight points now inside.
Now, here's Oubre. Plumlee with the steal. And it's the Bucks on the break.
Quick hands on the steal and then just mad hops on the slam.
Great sequence for them defensively and Clark offensively.
Well, one usually leads to the other, Kevin. That's just good, aggressive, attacking basketball at both ends.
And Blair gets it to go.
Now, how about how he sets his man up there, runs him right into the screen, and then gets the basket.
Bayless dishes to Plumlee. And that comes off the assist by Jared Bayless.
And the crisp passing has opened things up for them offensively.
10 straight points off assists. That's very impressive, and it also makes the game easy and fun to watch.
Blair, the screen. Now, here's Oubre, and it's sent back by Plumlee. Here's Ingles, and 2 free throws coming up as he misses that one. Drawing the whistle and a lot of contact there.
And just way too early to tell how this year's group of rookies will turn out. But just from an early look, they seem to be a group that can contribute. Definitely not going to be a class with a small impact on the league.
And he makes the first. With the 2015 draft class, the big thing is how many guys are polished coming into the NBA. It's a good blend of raw talent and certainly skill.
Yeah, I like the way you said that. This class will always be headlined by the 2 big men, but there's a lot of value throughout the rest of the draft, too.
He's perfect from the line this time. Well, Milwaukee last year became just the 9th team in NBA history to go from Greg being the worst in the league to a playoff team.
Unbelievable what they accomplished. And they had a tough matchup in the first round with the playoff season Bulls, however. Things didn't go well, but they did get some valuable experience from that effort.
Well, as you said, guys, I mean, the Bucks struggled early in their series against the Bulls, but they got the momentum and forced a Game 6, but then were blown out at home to end the series. Ended up losing by 54. That's right, 54. Wow.
And he makes both free throws.
And as you said, the Bucks lost on their home floor. One thing about that series is the Bucks introduced their new logo. They gave away free playoff tickets to anyone that turned in their old red gear. Not a bad deal in my book.
You've got to give them a lot of credit for the job they've done on the backboard.
They've done a lot of things well today, but really it's about what they've done on the backboard that's at the top of that list.
That's good. Bucks have gone 6 of 8 from the field in the fourth so far. It's been a great start to this final quarter for them. And Bayless kicks to Ingles. 3-on-3. Here's Oubre. Takes a big high bounce and goes in. Here is Bayless.
And around the NBA, there are some who want to redo how the NBA lottery works. They feel it punishes teams for trying at the end of the season and instead rewards others who maybe aren't doing as well.
6 on the shot clock. Ingles passes to Bayless. Here's Copeland. No good.
You know, he can be a little hesitant near the rim. We saw it there. If the defense offers just a little bit of resistance, he doesn't take it up quite strong enough.
Sessions with it. Out to the right wing. Here's Oubre. The rebound by Ingles. You know, Clark, losing teams handling losing with an eye to the future. It's a slippery slope. And a very tough situation, not only for teams, but the league to try to figure out and rule on.
Yeah, exactly, Kevin. Well said, and I'm not sure what the answer is. I kind of like where we are with the lottery system, but it's something to reevaluate. I don't think it needs to be tinkered with at this point, though.
Here's Sessions after the basket by Milwaukee. Blair dishes to Temple. Blair, the screen. And fouled hard that time. He'll get to the line and shoot two. Well, nobody really knew, Greg, what to make of Washington going into last year's playoffs. They came out strong with a big sweep against a pretty good Raptors team.
Yeah, how about taking them down 4 straight? And it was the first time a team has swept an opponent without home court advantage since 2011. Also was the first sweep for the Wizards in franchise history.
And he can't get the first one.
And in the second round, the Wizards continued to be a tough opponent. I mean, they went up 2-1 on the Hawks, but were unable to keep the series lead. A lot of close, heartbreaking losses for them in that series.
Vasquez, he's checked in for Milwaukee. That one misses.
And the Hawks would ultimately take down the Wizards last year in the postseason. John Wall and his injury were a big turning point in that matchup. And all those buzzer beaters for both teams made it one of the most interesting series of the postseason.
Now, here's Blair. Feeds it to Sessions. There's a screen. The dish to Gooden. From downtown. Temple can't get it to go. The Bucks have gone 7 of 11 from the floor in the final quarter so far. Been some solid looks for them. The feed now to Bayless. He kicks it to Plumlee. Over in the corner to Vasquez. The Bucks need to get a shot off here. And here we go. The Wizards fast break. Sessions is running. Rebound by Vasquez.
I mean, that can happen to anyone, but it's ugly every time it does.
Yeah, it is unfortunate, embarrassing. He just lost his concentration for a split second, and that's all it took.
And Temple kicks to Gooden. The good-looking shot from the wing. The Bucks shooting and hitting almost everything here in the fourth, up around 58% from the field. Here's Copeland. The pass to Vasquez. Here's Ingles. The 15-footer. The offensive rebound. And it's slammed in by Plumlee.
And, you know, it's one thing to get the offensive rebound, but then how about the loud bucket he's able to convert?
He was in perfect position under the hoop, Greg. You're right. Once he gets his hands on the miss.
That's exactly why it's important to work hard on the offensive glass, fellas, for chances just like that.
Washington with the ball after the basket by Milwaukee. Blair, that one a tad offline to the right, but drops in for him.
Really good example there of some fine interior passing before that basket.
Guys are looking for a spark here.
Yeah, I mean, a cold stretch offensively. They desperately need a basket.
They set the screen. Here's Copeland. Gooden with the rebound.
And no excuse there for missing that one after being freed up by a great pick.
Yeah, I agree with you. I mean, they came away empty, but they got the look they wanted, and really, I like the movement and communication there.
Now, here's Oubre. Out to Sessions. Here's Temple. The three-pointer off the mark. The Bucks have got a pretty good rhythm going offensively, shooting 8 of 15 for the quarter. Bayless the pass to Ingles. Kicks it to Plumlee. And stolen by Blair. Dishes to Sessions. To the paint. Got a piece of it, but they recover it. And Gooden kicks to Sessions. That one a little long.
You know what? Those are shots you just hate to miss when you get those kinds of bunnies on a possession.
He dishes it to Temple.
Well, there were a few complaints last season about how the playoff seeding was done, most notably in the Western Conference. Portland was the 4th seed for winning their division, but without that division win, would have been the 6th seed.
And the Bucks with possession here. Now Bayless. Pass to Ingles. Whoops, they pick off the pass.
Well, guys, this was never really a contest, just a total obliteration, if you will. You can safely say mission accomplished now for the Wizards.
And this was one that never really was in doubt, I thought, Stephen Clark. An all-around dominant performance. Clark, and you kind of thought that maybe even going into the game.
I certainly did, and they just cracked it open and made it an NC. No contest.
Yeah, I like that. And so with this, they'll end up with their 2nd win on the year.
And against a conference opponent, always good to take that first win of the season series to establish a psychological edge.
Especially because they're going to get together 3 more times this season, Greg. You love to get an opponent figured out early when you're going to be seeing them that often.
A good win, and a lot went into it, but I just like the showing for Gortat. He was everywhere, defensively, offensively. The effort we saw from him tonight, I think, was the difference.
Now here's Vasquez. 1:14 left to play here in the 4th, and he gets it to go.
And he came off that screen, and the D just didn't get over the top of it.
Yep, weren't there in time enough to challenge Greg, and when that's the case, you can mark those up for him.
Yeah, clearly a foul of frustration right there.
Not his best moment. Obviously, no one on their team's happy right now, but you shouldn't be taking that frustration out on your opponent with a poor foul.
That free throw, no good.
And the Bucks arguably were the best story in the Eastern Conference last year. How about going from the bottom of the barrel to a 6th-place finish in that Eastern Conference?
And he ends up missing both free throws. And for the Bucks, a lot of their improvement came, Greg, as you're talking about, in their play against the Eastern Conference. They went 30-22, Clark, against the rest of the conference.
A nice step for a young team, but you look at it more closely. Basically, the Bucks beat teams they should have beaten, but you know, Kevin, the good teams do that consistently, so a good step for them.
Now, here's Porter. Picked by Humphries. Temple dishes to Humphries. To the paint, 5 on the clock, and lots of contact there. Missing the shot. He'll shoot 2. The Milwaukee Bucks ended last season 41 up and 41 down, a perfect 500 mark, and they were the epitome, Clark, of average at the end of the season, and as you can see, even during it.
Well, they're a young team, but at one point, 17-17, also had an 11-11 record against the East and 6-6 against the West.
The free throw drops for Gooden.
And the Bucks were average last season. I mean, they were 17-17, also 7-7 at home, 10-10 on the road, 5-5 in the games leading up to that. So in every measurable way, they were 500.
And so he makes both from the line.
You know, just thinking back to that Milwaukee factoid again, I mean, the odds that we'll ever see something like that happen again are minuscule. I mean, that team was just destined to end up 41-41.
Now here's Vasquez. Cope on the pass to Ingles. Out of bounds. Washington takes possession.
Wizards ball.
17 seconds left here in the 4th quarter. Here's Temple, guarded by Vasquez. Here's Temple. And so it's Washington easily grabbing this one. To come into an opponent's building and dominate the way they did tonight says, I think, Greg, an awful lot about this team.
I guess they don't need home cooking to feel at home. I mean, Kevin, just a masterful performance all the way around.
And now we'll send it down to Doris Burke, who's standing by courtside.
Yes, I'm here with Bradley Beal following a confident win. How does it feel to play with such great offensive flow as a team like you did tonight, Bradley?
This is the most fun we had all year. By far. The ball was moving on offense. We were playing great team defense and getting out on the break and scoring. And when you're scoring that many points, it's always fun.
Bradley, thank you for the time. Guys, back to you.
Doris, thank you as always. And that's going to do it tonight, folks, for our broadcast. This is Kevin Harlan saying thank you for watching. Now time to send you over to the award-winning Ernie Johnson for the postgame show with Shaquille O'Neal and Kenny the Jet Smith.
The 2K Sports postgame show.
Many thanks, Kevin. So now we move on to our Jordan player of the game, Marcin Gortat. He had no problem getting back into a shooting rhythm to start the second half, nailing all 4 of his first 4 field goals.
He was dead on from the field tonight, guys. I'd call his performance economical because there was no wasted opportunities. He took advantage of every good look he got. I mean, everything he put up was going in.
Man, I absolutely love what Gortat can do. The Polish Hammer can take over the game. The way he plays the 5 spot, man, boy, this guy has a lot of tools, and we saw it from Mr. Gortat tonight.
And that brings us to the end of our broadcast for this evening. For Kenny Smith, Shaquille O'Neal, Kevin Harlan, and our illustrious 2K Sports crew, this is Ernie Johnson saying good night, and we'll see you again soon, but not soon enough.
Alright guys, well not again the performance we were looking for. Definitely played better than the last game as we were able to put up 23 more points. We gave up 12 less points. So there's eliminating some of that deficit, but still not exactly where we want to be here. As you know, we still lost by 49. But you know, the improvements there, and personally, I just got to continue to improve. But the defense has to be there. If we allow less points, we'll definitely be in these games. But as of right now, that's not happening. We do need to score a little bit more. You can't really win many games scoring 86 points. But you know, it's just we got an 82 game season, and if we're gonna lose at all, I'd rather have it be in the beginning of the season than have it be at the end of the season. But as me and King Ross always say, how are they going to beat the other team? Well, they're going to have to score more points than the other team, and that's exactly what we got to do. But so that's just something to work on. But that's going to go ahead and do it for me. Thanks for watching, guys. Be sure to follow us here on Twitch at Life of Raw Sports Gaming, as well on YouTube at Life of Raw Sports Gaming Network. And then don't forget to follow us on Twitter as well at LRSGN. I'll keep up with everything going on here, all the video uploads and stuff. Still trying to get all the videos uploaded. I don't have any of the basketball videos on YouTube yet, but I'll start to put them up there slowly but surely. But that's going to go ahead and do it, guys. Thanks for watching. You guys be sure to keep it real.